Hello again. This is Dr. Jorge Velastegui, and this is part 3 of my 4-part Powtoon series. In part 1 and 2, you learn the basic fundamentals of Powtoon, and in part 2, you learn how to create a presentation from a template. In part 3, things start to get a bit challenging, but as we create an original Powtoon presentation from scratch. Now, the first time you can use Powtoon, or your students use Powtoon, the controls and the animation can be a bit overwhelming, but if you practice and you understand the basic features, you'll be well on your way to creating amazing animation presentations. So let's go ahead and click Scratch, start from scratch to create a new Powtoon. Now, it's important as teachers that you recognize what is the learning objective for the technology. What do you want your students to do with the Powtoon? For me, as a teacher, I would use it to create a presentation for information or introduction of myself. I'd like my students to use this a lot, and they would create a summary, an analysis, perhaps use it as an alternative assessment. All of those things are available, and there's numerous opportunities to use Powtoons in the classroom. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to pick a layout. And I have all these different layouts. You can see all the different ones that they have. I like the whiteboard layout because there's a couple of cool backgrounds and features that are really neat to use. So we pick a layout, and then we want to pick a background, unless you want to leave it all white. You can pick different locations. There's different opportunities and choices for layouts. I tell my students, you could pick a layout, but make sure that the presentation flows smoothly and that the audience is able to see the text and the characters well. So we'll use that layout. Okay, next, these things right here, we're not going to need them. Let's get rid of them. We don't want them. Let's insert a title. We'll switch on the timeline. Add a title. Welcome to my original Powtoon presentation. Now I'm just going to show you the basic fundamentals on how to get started. Again, you can mess with the text, you could animate the text. Actually, like I said before in my earlier video, I love the hand animation tool. Okay, and then we'll insert a text, and then let's insert a character. Now, unfortunately, with this layout, most of these you have to pay for. I'm cheap, so you only have 2. I'm gonna pick this guy. And when you click on him, you can see the different options you have for him. All right, let's go with happy. Now, when you add in a character, you could do numerous things with them. You could resize them. You could make them bigger. Let's see. Okay, this way you can make them bigger. You can move them anywhere. You could turn them on the axis. You could change them out. You could change different poses. You could animate him. If you click from A to B, he could pop in one location and go to another location. This is the animation setting for the guy. And this isn't really important. This is a flip. Now, flip is important because say you put him over here and you don't like that he's facing in this direction, you could have him face this direction. So that looks cool. And then what do you want him to do animation-wise? All right, let's have him, just for the sake of practice, I want to add in him saying hello. So we'll add in like a text bubble. Okay, now this is too big, so let's make it smaller. That's gonna put in there. What's the problem here? The thought bubble is going the wrong way, so let's flip it, and we'll have it say hello. Hello, my name is whatever. Okay, I just want to give you the basic overview on timing. Like again, I think earlier I showed you how to add in objects or do different charts and stuff. The hardest part about creating an original presentation is figuring out the timing. So once again, here are the different objects you have on your screen. There's the guy, there's the text bubble, there's the text, there's the animation. So if we ran it, if we just hit play and it was just like this, let's see the way everything's set up. Oh, we got a big problem. And our big problem is that these guys did not pop in until the very last parts of the 10 seconds of the slide. So you have to think about, how do you want everything to come in? You have 4 things on here, and how do you want everything to come in? So I'm going to say that I want what's this? All right, this is the text. This is welcome to my presentation. This should go first. So I'll click on it. It turns dark blue. I'm going to move it over here. We'll have it come in like at half a second. And it's on there the whole time. Do we want any animation at the end? And the animation, no effect at the end. Okay, so if that pops in at 1.5 seconds, then what do you want to happen next? So I say it would be good if the guy popped in. Click on the guy. Give the audience like a second or two to read the text. So we'll have him pop in at 3 seconds. And let's see, we'll have him fly in from the right, and then he'll stay. Then we want the bubble to appear. Click on the bubble. He pops in at 3 seconds. So let's have this come in like at 3.5 seconds. Pick an animation, and then we have the text come in. 3 seconds. Okay, let's do 4 seconds. You have to mess with the timing and see how it goes. All right, so now we've got intro text, guy, bubble, text pops in. So let's see what it would look like. Okay. I think the problem right here is that this guy wasn't finished writing, so we're going to move everything back. So let's just go ahead and move everything back. Keep the same animation. We'll just move everything back a few seconds. And let's see, that should basically work. Okay, let's try that. Title. Let's try moving everything back further. Text. The animation for the hand is taking longer than we had anticipated. All right, this should work. Intro animation, title, guy, hello. Okay, that works a lot better. Now you've got the basic feeling of how to use the timing program component of Powtoon. Go ahead, make sure you save it. And then you can continue adding slides. You could have the same background, different background characters, put in a transition, and then that's how your presentation gets put together. In my next video, I'll show you how to add music and add your voice and how to export your video.